Good morning, everyone. Welcome on into North Dakota today, where it is time to get North Dakota nice. Amanda joining us on our Monday morning to tell us all the pleasant tree tales from around the state.
All the niceness.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. Happy Monday. It's wonderful to have you in. What's going on?
All right. Well, we're going to start first a little north into Minto.
Ooh.
So a couple of years ago, a woman named Nancy Wilson was volunteering with the United Way, and she wanted to do a winter coat drive, which is what United Way does.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the ability to do pop-up shops everywhere. So she said, I'm going to do it this year in Minto one time. Got it together. Here's Nancy.
Wow.
And she, what she found from this was that there was a huge need, not just for winter coats, but for clothes of all sizes, from newborn up to the plus, and then also hygiene items. So she decided she was going to create a little pantry, and the Minto Fire Department let her make a little spot in the fire department. She quickly grew out of that because the community was so helpful.
Wow.
And there was so much need.
Yeah.
And so this year, the Minto JCs donated a shed, and then Marvin Windows donated a heating and cooling unit. And she's put it on her property and has now created a little free store called Department 701.
This is incredible.
I know, people are so generous.
Yes, look what can really be accomplished with some incredible intentions.
I know, like, look at this. And so she said last year she gave out 3,000 items.
Wow.
It's 100% the community. She really credits the community for keeping it going.
Sure.
So she'll put out requests on Facebook for like a couch or a bed or something. People will get it to her within 24 hours.
Wow.
The Girl Scouts did a fundraiser for hygiene items. So it's really, she is the catalyst. I mean, you can say she credits the community for the whole thing. But if it wasn't for her, it wouldn't exist.
To put out the need, to put out the call to action.
Yes,
And
exactly.
then I just think it's so wonderful to see it all work out.
I know.
Sometimes all it takes is really asking for help or saying, I want to do this thing.
Exactly.
And then a million other people are like, okay.
Yeah,
let's
I'll
do
help
it.
you.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you know, she calls it, she has a really cute tagline, which I can't remember, but it's like, it's like a safe space for the human race, because her feeling is that she wants people to be able to feel comfortable and not embarrassed.
Yep.
And then also be able to have, she said she lends a smile and an ear. And so once again, right, you don't have to, that's a lot of work. Like gathering pantry items is a lot of work.
Yep.
Honestly, being a listener I'm a terrible listener. I know it's a lot of work. And so I think it's wonderful. Minto is so lucky to have such great people that help support it, but then also Nancy, who makes it happen.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And gives up her yard.
I mean, that's a whole new meaning to the she shed. Have we all seen those commercials? And like, my she shed's on fire, or whatever that commercial is. That's the first thing I thought of. I was like, what an incredible use.
This is like a way better use for a she shed.
Yeah.
That's what everybody needs to get into these things.
Very cool. Okay, so
All
we
right.
loved learning about that. And up next, we're talking food.
We're talking food. So I don't think you can have Christmas in North Dakota without lefse.
Oh,
So,
a staple.
Yes, a staple. And we were just talking about it before, and you made some on the show.
Yeah, I tried it for the first time on the show.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was great. It was sweet.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's delicious. It's part of life here. And the reason why it's part of life is that it's Norwegian grandma and grandpa law that you have to make it.
Oh, I love that.
Every Christmas.
Okay.
So at Valley Senior Living in Grand Forks, for the past 100 years, the residents have made lefse, and this year they made krumkake for the other residents. And so they have to bring in volunteers, as you can imagine, because lefse is a whole thing. And
what was the second thing you said? I've never heard of that.
Oh, krumkake. Okay, so they're gonna kick me out of North Dakota for this description, but it is like a lacy ice cream cone. I don't know how else to describe it.
Oh, yum, like a waffle cone?
Yes, but like but smaller, like a little tube.
Okay.
And it's delicious. I mean, you start eating them and you're just and they're light, so you think, oh, I'll just have 100. It doesn't matter.
I know how that goes.
Yes, and so they're made with this, you know how lefse is made.
Sure.
They're made with a very similar pin. It's like a long, skinny thing, and then you wrap it around.
Okay.
So yes, and it's a big job. I mean, lefse is a big job, as you probably learned on the show.
Yeah, it was through Pioneer Days.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, we were like back in the 1800s.
Really? That sounds awesome. Well, I mean, I don't think it's really changed all that much. You can't just go become a lefse maker. I'm not Norwegian, and my only way of getting lefse is if somebody gives it to me, because like it would be sacrilege if I went out and bought Lefsa stuff. That would be terrible.
I love this though, and what an incredible thing for the senior living to do.
I know.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. They said they have a group of women that comes from Sharon Lutheran Church, and they help with this.
Sure.
They have their residents. They said some of their residents have done this for many years, so they bring their own ingredients.
Right. Okay.
Because I didn't realize this. So I'm 43. I've had a lot of Lefsa. I've only ever had it with butter and white sugar, and apparently there's like 100 other ways to have it. Like last week, I was told that I've been not living my life without brown sugar. So who knew?
Oh.
So yes.
Okay, that's my call to action. Now I need a taste test. I need a variety.
Yeah. Maybe somebody should bring you some Lefsa here.
Yeah. I think I found out what exactly we're going to be asking for.
Exactly.
So how do we get in touch with your blog? How do we figure all this out?
Sure. It's at NorthDakotaNice.com, NDTNice.com, or on Facebook and Instagram. And I will put up a way to help Department 701 in Minto. And I also have some secret pop-up stores about Lefsa, and I'll put those on there too.
Yay. Okay, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. It's wonderful.
Yep.
Merry Christmas early.
Yes, Merry Christmas. We won't see you next Monday.
No, I'll see you
That's
next
a great
year.
point. Yeah. Oh, we can finally start making the
I
joke.
know. That's
See you
terrible
next
joke.
year. I don't care. I'm living it.
Yep.
See you next year.
I'll see you next year.
Stick around, everybody. We'll see you right here after this commercial break.